The boardroom went silent the moment she walked in. Elegant heels, calm steps, head held high. Every executive stood up instinctively, respect written on their faces. The chairman cleared his throat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new owner of Ronke Couture. Madame Ronke lifted her head slowly. Her breath stopped. The woman taking the seat at the head of the table was familiar, too familiar. The face she once shouted at, the girl she once beat, the house help she once mocked. Amaka, her former maid. The pen slipped from Madame Ronke's hand, and suddenly the past came crashing back. 5 years earlier. Amaka stepped into Lagos at 20 years old, carrying a nylon bag and a heart full of fear. Her village had swallowed her dreams, her mother was sick, her future was uncertain. When she arrived at Madame Ronke's mansion, she believed she had found mercy, but mercy never lived in that house. From day one, she became invisible, not a person, just house girl. She woke before sunrise, cooked, cleaned, washed clothes until her fingers cracked. At night, when everyone slept, she scrubbed floors until her knees burned. She ate leftovers cold, sometimes none at all. Madame Ronke was respected outside, a powerful fashion entrepreneur, elegant, polished, admired. But inside the home, her voice was thunder. Are you stupid? Can't you think? You village girls are useless. Her daughter poured water on Amaka once for walking too slow. Her son threw food on the floor and laughed, pick it like a dog. One day, a glass broke by accident. Madame slapped Amaka so hard she tasted blood. Yet she said nothing, because silence was cheaper than unemployment. Madame Ronke ran her fashion business from home. Designers arrived with sketches, clients argued prices, investors discussed profits. Amaka served tea quietly, but her ears never slept. She listened to everything. She learned how designs were priced, how brands attracted customers, how confidence closed deals. At night, she collected fabric scraps from the trash. In the storeroom, under dim light, she practiced sewing. Her hands shook at first, but slowly, magic began to form. She didn't just suffer, she studied. One afternoon, Madame caught Amaka sketching a dress design. The room burst into laughter. So, you want to be a designer? Madame scoffed. The staff laughed louder. A house girl dreaming big? Who will wear your village imagination? Madame ripped the paper in half. Know your place. That night, Amaka cried until her chest hurt, but something inside her hardened. They could tear paper, they couldn't tear vision. For 3 years, she endured. She saved tips secretly, sewed clothes for neighbors at night, sold small pieces quietly. Her fingers grew skilled, her mind grew sharp, her spirit grew unbreakable. Until one morning, she left. No drama, no goodbye, just silence. She opened a tiny roadside stall. One sewing machine, one mirror, one dream. Her designs were bold, African, different. People noticed. A TikTok video went viral, then another. Celebrities ordered her dresses, investors approached. Her brand was born, Midnight Thread. Within 2 years, she owned a boutique, a team, a reputation. Meanwhile, Ronke Couture was falling. Madame Ronke ignored trends, ignored innovation, ignored change. Customers left, debt piled up. Her brand, once mighty, was drowning, until a mysterious buyer appeared, a young, powerful entrepreneur. No one knew her identity, until the meeting day. Madame Ronke walked into the boardroom confidently, until she saw her, Amaka, the former house girl. The air changed. Executives whispered. Madame's voice trembled. You? Amaka stood slowly. Yes, ma. Her voice was calm, mature, firm. I watched you build this company. I learned from you. I learned what to do and what not to do. Silence swallowed the room. Amaka signed the documents. The company became hers. Not through revenge, through destiny. After the meeting, Madame Ronke stopped her outside. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't know. Amaka smiled gently. I know, ma. Madame whispered, I'm sorry. Amaka nodded. I forgive you. Not because Madame deserved it, but because Amaka had already won. Amaka didn't just buy the company. She transformed it. She hired young girls like herself, not as servants, but as trainees, as dreamers, as future leaders. Never look down on anyone, because destiny often wears dirty clothes before it wears a crown. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.